After returning to the wealthy family as the true daughter, my parents made me sleep in the storage room and eat leftovers, yet they still felt they owed something to the fake daughter, so when the government introduced the fair treatment system for children, they immediately bound the entire family to it. Father breathed a sigh of relief. With this absolutely fair system, Anna will no longer have to suffer grievances. Mother gently held my hand, her tone leaving no room for argument. Since you returned, you've taken everything that belonged to Anna. It's unfair to her. My brother didn't give me a single friendly look the entire time. I only recognize Anna as my one and only sister. You've gotten such a big advantage, so don't even think about pushing your luck in the future. I looked down at the cheap clothes I had worn for 5 years, then glanced at the fake heiress's luxurious princess room and countless luxury items, feeling nothing but utter absurdity. But once the system took effect, they completely fell apart. After school, I walked home under the scorching sun, while Anna in the distance rode off in her exclusive Maybach. Pushing open the villa door, I finally felt a hint of coolness. My nominal father threw a stack of documents heavily in front of me. The government's newly launched children's water serving system. Come and sign it now. I froze, standing there at a loss. My brother stepped forward first, pushing me into the house. Stop pretending, we've already been biased enough in your favor during this time. Anna has been tolerating you for so long. Don't push your luck. My mother came over and held me back, speaking earnestly. Flower, although you were mistakenly taken to the countryside and suffered for over a decade, Anna is innocent. Now that you're back, as parents, we naturally have to treat both of you fairly, to prevent us from favoring you and making Anna feel wronged. Binding the system is the most appropriate solution, keeping things fair. I tightly clutched the hem of my clothes. The poor quality fabric on my back was already soaked with sweat, clinging tightly to my skin, making it stuffy and itchy. Meanwhile, Anna was wearing breathable, lightweight luxury clothing, enjoying a fruit platter cut by the servant, looking completely fresh and comfortable. I couldn't help but ask, Mom, do you really favor me? Dad slammed the coffee table hard and pointed at my nose, scolding me. Flower, what do you mean by that? Since you came back, we've given you everything that originally belonged to Anna. You have the title of the Duncan family's daughter, you can attend a private school, live in a villa with servants waiting on you. If that's not favoritism, what is? Anna grew up among us, the beloved daughter of the Duncan family. Yet ever since you returned, she has endured grievances and made concessions at every turn. Only by binding this system can we give her the fairness she deserves. The cup on the coffee table was knocked to the ground, and I lowered my head, feeling nothing but utter absurdity. On the day I returned to the Duncan family, I eagerly took out the cloth doll I had sewn myself, hoping to give it to my brother and Anna. But as Anna burst into tears, my brother angrily pushed me aside. It's all because of you. Why did you have to come and ruin our home? My parents and family gathered around Anna, showering her with concern and care, while I stood awkwardly and helplessly on the side, like an outsider who could never fit in. My parents used the excuse of needing a transition period to arrange for me to stay in the storage room, using the excuse that Anna wasn't used to it. They wouldn't let me eat at the table. Classmates mocked my shabby, old-fashioned clothes and awkward accent. They stood up for Anna, tore up my homework, and poured mop water into my food. I cried and went to my parents, but they said it was just an excuse for my poor grades. They couldn't even be bothered to attend my parent-teacher meetings or hear about my situation from the teacher, instead rushing off to Anna's meetings. I know I can't compare to the deep bond between Anna and our parents, so I keep telling myself to wait a little longer, to wait for the love of my family, but now they say this is unfair to Anna. I picked up the document from the floor and was deeply drawn in by the slogan. It read, "The Child Equity System, helping parents avoid favoritism and ensuring children enjoy truly fair treatment." Fine, I'll sign. I no longer hold any hope of receiving familial affection from them. The reason I grit my teeth and stay here is because the college entrance exam score requirements are lower in the capital, making it easier for me to get into a good university once the college entrance exams are over. I will leave this family forever. Government professionals arrived promptly. To ensure the system operates correctly, family members' assets will be deeply integrated with the system. We will assess whether parents show favoritism toward their children and make appropriate adjustments. As the business owner, Dad wanted to review the contract carefully. My brother hastily signed his name. The government-developed system is definitely reliable. Dad, how could you bear to see Anna suffer? What are you still hesitating for? After hearing this, Both parents signed without hesitation. As for me, I carefully read through the terms, confirmed the contents, and then signed my name stroke by stroke. My brother couldn't help but sneer. "You always put on that long-suffering face. As if we've been mistreating you, you take advantage and still act innocent. Now we'll show you what fairness really means." My mother walked over to me. "We're doing this for your own good. Always indulging and favoring you would only harm you." I gave a self-deprecating laugh. "I see." After signing the contract, Dad was in high spirits. "Let's eat quickly." I specifically asked Aunt Wang to prepare a few extra dishes that Anna likes today, so my good daughter can have a proper meal. Dish after dish, each with vibrant colors, enticing aromas, and delicious flavors, was brought to the table. King crab, abalone stewed meat, Buddha jumps over the wall, and Anna's favorite sashimi. The aroma made my stomach growl, and I wanted to sit at the dining table too. Usually, I could only eat with the servants and never got to enjoy such complete and fresh food, but now that I'm bound to the system, and the children are being treated equally, could I also sit at the table to eat like Anna? My brother frowned and stopped me, his tone displeased. Hey, 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 our family is finally having a celebratory meal together. What are you doing here? Go back to your room." I remained standing where I was. "We're bound by the same system. Why can Anna eat and I can't? That's not fair." Anna's eyes immediately turned red. Mother looked at her with a heart full of pity and came over to persuade me. "Anna isn't used to eating with you yet. She gets upset when she sees you. Can't you just eat in your room, like before?" "No, I want to eat now." Dad slammed his chopsticks down violently. "How dare you defy me? Are you trying to rebel?" Before his hand could reach my face, his whole body convulsed and he collapsed to the ground. A cold, mechanical voice from the system sounded, detected signs of favoritism and domestic violence tendencies. Electric shock program activated. Immediately after, Mom also collapsed to the ground, with crackling sounds coming from her body. Dad, Mom, Anna, and Garrett were frantic with worry, and as soon as they tried to touch them, they too received several electric shocks. It wasn't until a few minutes later that the two of them stopped convulsing and were helped up from the ground. Dad's face was filled with terror. "When did you install an electric current in this broken system? Why are you electrocuting us?" Anna is allowed to eat at the table, while Flower is required to eat leftovers in her room. This behavior constitutes severe favoritism. Please rest assured, the system's current will not harm the body, only cause pain. If necessary, the punishment can reach the intensity of a 10th-level childbirth. Dad fearfully covered his body, cursing under his breath. Anna has already given up her position as the Duncan family's heiress and made such a big sacrifice. What's the harm in letting Flower go back to her room to eat? What a lousy system. I want to cancel it. All interpretations and rights belong to the system. The renewal period on the contract is for life, and you currently do not have the right to terminate it. Mother tentatively inquired. What was the pain level just now? Level 5. Watching my parents' angry and fearful yet helpless expressions, I felt an unprecedented sense of satisfaction. So this water-carrying system is this satisfying? My mother waved her hand and pulled me to the dining table. "It's just a meal. You can have it if you want." After gaining the power I deserved, I suddenly wanted to test the limits of this system. I tentatively asked, "Mom, the food is too greasy. I want to eat stir-fried vegetables." Although this table of dishes is luxurious, they are all Anna's favorites, not to my taste, especially the sashimi. The trauma from eating dead fish during the famine in my childhood is too great, and even now, the sight of raw fish makes me feel nauseous. Mom looked at me impatiently. "The chefs are off work. Who's going to stir-fry vegetables for you? You should be grateful you have something to eat instead of being so picky." Anna also chimed in, deliberately putting sashimi into my bowl. "Sister, this is light. You should eat more." I lowered my head without speaking, silently counting down the time. 3, 2, 1. The system's alert sounded. Electric shock procedure initiated. Mom instantly collapsed from the chair, and several of her porcelain teeth, which she had always been so proud of, were broken. "Why are you punishing me?" Susan spent the whole afternoon stewing abalone and pork for Anna, but didn't have time to stir-fry a simple vegetable dish for her own daughter. She remembered Anna's favorite meals clearly, yet remained unaware that her own daughter felt nauseous at the sight of sashimi. The system has administered an electric shock punishment based on the degree of favoritism, rated at level 3. Mother's hands trembled with pain as she shakily rose from the dining table. "You wretched child." Fine, I'll stir-fry some for you. She stood up and promptly dumped all the sashimi into the trash. My sashimi. Anna's expression was especially hilarious. I tried hard to hold back my laughter. Feeling incredibly satisfied inside, it turns out that as long as I compare myself to Anna, no matter what request I make, it can be fulfilled. At this moment, I finally got a small taste of what fairness feels like. Anna finished her meal without saying a word, then turned and ran straight to her room. But with the system, why would I go back to that damp and stuffy storage room? To perform better in the college entrance exam and leave this home, I need to change my study environment. Dad, Mom, I want to live in the same kind of room as my sister. At these words, Anna stopped in her tracks on the stairs and started yelling at me. Flower, are you ever going to stop? My princess room was designed by a famous French master, and some of the furniture is out of production. Where am I supposed to find an identical one for you? Besides, you're just a clueless country bumpkin. Would you even know how to appreciate it? Don't push your luck. I curled my lips into a smile. But you have one, so why can't I? It's not fair. My brother, who had been silent for a long time, stepped in and shielded Anna behind him. Flower, you've gone too far. But this time, Mom and Dad didn't speak up right away. Anna looked a bit flustered. Dad, Mom, say something. I'm sensitive to unfamiliar beds, and my skin can't handle other types of bedding. This isn't fair to me. After a long while, Mom finally spoke. Anna, let Flower stay in your room for tonight. Tomorrow, I'll have someone renovate the room so she can move in. Dad sighed and chimed in as well. Yeah, otherwise who knows what tricks this system might pull. I'll go ask tomorrow if there's any way to unbind it, or else our whole family will be driven crazy. It turns out they knew how to hold a bowl of water level, but from beginning to end, they were never willing to change for me. With tears welling in her eyes, Anna walked down the stairs unwillingly. As she passed by me, she said viciously, Flower, don't get too cocky. So what if you have a system? Just wait and see how I deal with you. I was used to Anna's little gangster attitude at school, so I knew she wasn't just bluffing. Sure enough, the next day at school, the back seat of the Rolls-Royce was splattered with paint. Anna sat in the passenger seat, smiling as she apologized to me. I was planning to have you ride with me to school, but the back seat accidentally got paint spilled on it. I'm afraid it's not usable now. I'm really sorry about that. My brother handed me an umbrella. Both Mom and Dad and I need to go to the company, so there's no spare car available. You'll have to walk to school. As if afraid of being punished by the system, he quickly added, you take the car after school tonight. That should be fair enough. Fair. I let out a cold snort. The phone now shows 40 degrees Celsius, the hottest time of the day. By the time school is out in the evening, not only will the temperature be lower, but the family car will also be available. So Anna still won't have to walk. What kind of fairness is this? Facing Anna's smug expression, I knew that these two were trying to exploit loopholes in the system. If they succeeded, my life would become much harder from then on. However, the reason the water distribution system was strongly promoted by the government was precisely because of its strong adaptability and analytical capabilities. According to the test, Anna's health index is 85, and Flower's health index is 71. The system has determined that Flower should take the car. Anna's expression instantly turned unpleasant. Her brother also panicked. How can health be measured by numbers? Besides, isn't it only natural for an older sister to yield to her younger sister? Our system has a comprehensive set of detection indicators, which is beyond doubt, according to the law. An older sister is not obligated to support her younger sister, nor does she have a duty to give in to her. Please refrain from moral coercion. The system promptly issued a reminder. Seeing Anna's expression as if she were constipated, I almost couldn't hold back my laughter. Oh dear, since the system said so, little sister, you'd better get out of the car quickly. I pulled Anna aside, quickly got into the Rolls-Royce, and directed the driver to leave immediately. I couldn't afford to waste any time on my way to school to solve practice problems. In the evening, the cozy family of four at the Duncan household erupted into an unprecedented argument. Garrett, if it weren't for your terrible idea, would I have had to walk to school today? Do you know how my classmates laughed at me? Through the crack in the door, I saw Anna. Her delicate makeup was smeared with sweat, her eyeliner running in black streaks. The once elegant Lolita dress was now dirty and sticky, leaving her in a complete mess. Why won't you give me your car? Anna was screaming hysterically in the living room. Garrett impatiently pushed the person away. How am I supposed to get to work if you take my car? It's not even on the way. You're the one who asked me for advice and got into this mess, so why blame me? You brought this on yourself. Dad sat on the sofa, massaging his temples with a headache. I specifically went to ask today. And they said there's no way to deactivate this system. Hearing this, Anna became even more distraught, crying and making a scene, leaving the living room in a mess. I gently closed the door and returned to my room. In the past, at this time, they would be laughing and chatting in the living room while watching TV, while I could only hide in my room and eat leftover food. Just by receiving fair treatment, my quality of life improved dramatically. It's easy to imagine how comfortable Anna's life used to be. Now that I'm no longer carrying the burden, let's see how she enjoys her peaceful life. As if sensing my smugness over the past few days, Anna finally couldn't take it anymore and stormed into my room late one night. Flower, your days of ease are over. Anna's face was filled with the satisfaction of long-awaited revenge, and she didn't mind me knowing in advance, saying triumphantly, tomorrow, Dad will distribute the assets based on individual abilities. Completely fair. My brother and I are both top students in our class. As for you, the underachiever, you'd better pray for luck. Do you think having a system means you can do whatever you want, without money or shares? No matter how capable you are, you can't trample over us. I tilted my head. How can you be so sure my grades aren't better than yours? Anna burst out laughing. Have you ever passed an exam since you started school? Stop pretending. But she didn't know that the reason I had been at the bottom of the class recently was because her little followers had kept me on edge all day, making it impossible to focus on studying. I looked at the report card in my hand, where the words, ranked first in the district, stood out prominently. I had planned to escape this family through the college entrance exam, but now it seems there's another surprise in store. I uploaded my grades from previous years into the water carrying system. The real show is about to begin. Early the next morning, the company account released the details of the stock allocation. Flower, 65% shares, Garrett, 35% shares, Anna, 0. The family watching the financial channel exploded. Anna's face was full of disbelief as she suggested watching TV. Dad, didn't you say you left me 40% of the shares? Why is it 0? Why does that idiot Flower get so much? Dad was so anxious that his hands were trembling as he called his secretary. What are you doing? Didn't I draft the detailed share distribution plan yesterday? Why are you sending out the wrong one? The secretary's tearful voice came through. Mr. Duncan, this was arranged by the government system. You gave them a share of the company's management rights. I don't have the authority to interfere. Father roared in the room. What kind of bullshit system is this? I can divide my company however I want. What right do you have to interfere? Give my shares back. Garrett slammed the glass onto the ground with force. This isn't fair. Why do I only get 35%? During high school, Garrett's average exam ranking was 5th, while Flower's average ranking was 1st. Since Anna is not a member of the Duncan family, she is not included in the ranking. Based on ability ranking and calculations, Flower receives 65% of the shares. And Garrett receives 35%. The system's cold electronic voice sounded. This time, I seemed to detect a hint of mockery in it. Dad was so angry that he was fuming. I just want to give it to Anna. We agreed to treat everyone fairly. Why should she be excluded just because she's not our biological daughter? We seriously doubt the system's fairness. We want to file a complaint, and we want to unbind Wilson, that is, your father. Stated in his will that the Duncan family's assets can only be passed down or donated to charity. Without this will, Anna would indeed be entitled to shares, but I'm sorry, our system must strictly enforce it. Garrett and his father both looked ashen-faced. They were unwilling to hand over a large portion of the family assets to me, yet they had no choice. Mother, however, broke her usual silence and affectionately took my hand. Flower, you're a good child. Can you bear to see your father's years of hard work go to waste? The talk of dividing shares was just a joke. Please have the system return the shares quickly. Father nodded his head like a rattle drum. Yes, yes, yes. It's better to return the shares and the company. You young people don't understand anything. It's not appropriate for you to have such a large sum of money, after all parties involved have agreed. The shares will be returned through the original channels. Please confirm. Father could hardly wait. I agree. At his mother's signal, my brother reluctantly nodded as well. I agree. If it were the old me, who yearned for family affection, I would have nodded immediately, hoping to earn a little parental love by being sensible. But now I understand that they never truly saw me as family. I gently pulled my hand away from my mother's. I don't agree. I think the system's allocation is very fair and reasonable, Dad, who had just felt a glimmer of hope, instantly flew into a rage and charged at me with his fist raised. You ungrateful wretch, I raised you for nothing. I stood still in place, not moving an inch. Before his fist could touch me, he was electrocuted and convulsed to the ground. My mother was furious but dared not speak out, forcing a smile as she continued, we're all family. Family matters shouldn't be decided by a system. Your father and I may have neglected you in the past, but why hold a grudge? We're family. I let out a cold laugh. It was you who insisted on binding the system just to favor Anna more unreasonably back then, and now it's also you who insist on unbinding it the moment you see no advantage to gain, living in a storage room less than 10 square meters, eating your leftovers, being bullied at school. We reached out to you for help so many times, yet you turned a blind eye, and you call that neglect. You told me not to make a fuss, saying since we're family, it doesn't matter who gets the shares, so why are you making such a big deal out of it now? Mom's face gradually darkened. Dad was so angry he laughed. Fine, fine, fine. I really raised an ungrateful wretch. Just then, Anna rushed over, holding up her phone. Flower, don't you dare act so smug. Don't think I don't know what you've done. I've already called the police. I looked at her with composure. Oh, what have I done? Anna crossed her arms and confidently announced to her parents. Maybe you don't know, but I saw it with my own eyes at school. Flower ranked last in the class for 3 consecutive quizzes. Shares are allocated based on ability and performance. Even if the system intervened, Flower shouldn't have been given so many. It must be Flower who's behind this, either bribing the system or tampering with school records, trying to embezzle our family assets. The police will be here soon to arrest Flower, and then our shares will naturally be returned. Mom looked at Anna in surprise. Sweetie, is that true? Absolutely true. Dad's expression instantly brightened. Oh my, as expected of my good daughter. Soon the police arrived, and Anna pointed at me, urging them on. The person I'm talking about is her. Flower bribed the teacher and falsified her grades. Hurry up and arrest her. I walked forward without hurry or delay. Officer, my grades have never been falsified. The reason I ranked last in 3 quizzes was because someone bullied me by putting laxatives in my food, which caused me to underperform. The teachers at school can all testify to this. If you don't believe me, you are welcome to verify it. The police stopped Anna from taking matters into her own hands. Arresting a suspect requires evidence. We need to understand the situation first. The police sent to the school quickly relayed the message. Flower's teacher confirmed that this is indeed true. A triumphant smile appeared on Anna's face, and the police continued. Anna repeatedly sent her friends to harass and bully Flower, making it impossible for Flower to study normally for a long time, and her grades plummeted. But recently, things have improved, and I even achieved the top score in the district during the mock exams. Upon hearing this, the police officer's gaze toward me carried a hint of sympathy. Anna's eyes widened in shock. How is this possible? The police officer looked at Anna sternly. Student, bullying on campus is a serious criminal offense. If it happens again, we will take you to the police station for education. Anna didn't listen to his words at all and instead muttered to herself, yes, it must be this way. Flower must have cheated on the exam. How could a country girl from the countryside get such good grades? Go check the surveillance footage from the mock exam. You'll definitely find something. After hearing her words, I couldn't help but laugh. Anna, are you sure you want to check the surveillance footage? The police officer also seemed displeased. Miss Duncan, you need to speak with evidence. We have no obligation to indulge your baseless accusations. Yet Anna seemed to interpret my words as a sign of guilt. I'm certain the surveillance footage will reveal something. Just follow my lead and investigate. My mother also stepped forward, confidently assuring the police, my eldest daughter has some character issues. Please investigate her. Under the family's strong insistence, the police had no choice but to comply. At Anna's request, Dad invited local media to document the moment of my downfall. With everyone in place, Anna flashed a confident, triumphant smile. Flower, you're finished. This time, I won't just ruin your reputation, you'll have to cough up my shares too. Soon, the exam hall surveillance footage was handed over to the police. The video was projected onto the screen. As the screen lit up, everyone was stunned, because what was revealed had nothing to do with me at all, but was about Anna. In the video, I was sitting upright in my seat, earnestly calculating the problem-solving approach. Meanwhile, on the other side of the classroom, Anna was frantically writing with a cheat sheet. she finished the 1.5-hour exam in just 20 minutes, her relaxed demeanor forming a stark contrast to my intense struggle with the problems. Others didn't know, but I was fully aware. Anna cheated in almost every exam to maintain her image as a top student, perhaps too eager to expose me, or perhaps acting out of desperation. She forgot that she was the one who had been cheating all along. The journalist picked up the camera and started frantically taking pictures. Wait, wasn't it said that the recently returned true daughter of the Duncan family has a terrible character, and we were supposed to expose her cheating? How did Anna become the main focus? Who cares? As long as there's something juicy, it's fine. Anna often buys PR articles portraying her as an elegant, scholarly heiress. Exposing her scandals would be even more explosive, wouldn't it? The police officer's tone was filled with anger. Miss Duncan, is this what you call evidence? I pointed to 2 exam videos from different times in front of everyone. During regular quizzes, Anna would use her phone to search for answers, but the mock exams are strictly proctored, and the test papers are kept by the provincial authorities. Yet, Anna managed to get the answers in advance to make cheat sheets. Doesn't this suggest that someone higher up was bribed with my reminder? Everyone finally realized what was going on. Plagiarism is a minor issue, but the real question is how the answer was leaked in advance. Miss Anna, you must come with us. The police handcuffed Anna. Her mother cried her eyes out. My daughter has definitely been wronged. Please don't take her away. The young officer nearby couldn't help but speak up for me. Auntie, your younger daughter cheated and you're still making excuses for her. While your older daughter was wronged and you didn't even glance her way. Is that really fair? I couldn't help but laugh scornfully. It was obvious to anyone with eyes, yet they deliberately played dumb. Anna was ultimately taken away. I moved out of the Duncan family's house and rented a place on my own. Soon, the police investigation results came out. Anna bribed high-level officials in the education department to purchase exam answers with money, since he was still a minor and had not cheated on a major exam. The police only fined him and gave him a warning. But with all the commotion and the reporters Anna had brought in herself, the matter quickly became a huge scandal. At school, no one was willing to be friends with Anna anymore. That's the bully. Last time, just because my friend wore the same outfit as her, she got splashed with ink all over. With such an empty head, no wonder your grades are so good. Must have bought them with money. Netizens also joined in the condemnation. I've never seen parents be so biased. If it weren't for the government's new invention, this girl would have been in serious trouble. They don't deserve to be parents at all. This water carrying system is truly excellent. It's exactly what's needed to properly sanction such people. Anna was so heavily criticized that she didn't dare go to school. Someone nearby filmed a video of the Duncan family, which went viral online. In the footage, Anna was no longer dressed in glamorous and exquisite attire, but merely threw on a t-shirt hastily. She held Garrett's hand tightly. Mom and Dad aren't giving me living expenses. Garrett, you have shares in the company. You can't just abandon us. The affection in Garrett's eyes was gone, replaced by irritation and disgust. Money, money, money. Are you disabled? Always begging others for money. If it weren't for you stirring up trouble, turning us against Flower, and then getting exposed in all those scandals, would the Duncan family be in this state today? All our former business partners are boycotting us. Flower sold her shares to other companies, and our company is on the verge of collapse. Where would we get money to give you? You're an outsider. What right do you have to cling to the Duncan family and spend our money? Get out. Garrett didn't hold back, shoving Anna to the ground with full force. Mom ran back and forth anxiously, unsure of whom to help. Dad lost all the dignity of a business owner, just sitting on the ground smoking one cigarette after another. Meanwhile, I was holed up in my cozy air-conditioned apartment, eating and drinking well every day. Life couldn't be better, but the peaceful and happy days didn't last long before they were disrupted. As soon as my mother saw me, her eyes instantly welled up with tears. My daughter, without your mother by your side, you must have suffered so much during this time. I was completely baffled and had no desire to argue with her. My mom kept holding onto my hand and wouldn't let go. Flower, you're still a minor. Managing such a large sum of money without your parents is impossible. Come home with us quickly. I pulled my hand away abruptly. Sometimes having parents is worse than having none. At least now I can live in a spacious apartment and have warm meals. Mother's expression was somewhat awkward, but she still stubbornly refused to leave. Anna has already been kicked out by us. From now on, the 4 of us will live a good life together. We were wrong in the past, so please give us a chance to make it up to you. I looked at Mother's coarse fabric dress, cheap jewelry, and the wrinkles creeping onto her cheeks, and secretly laughed to myself. I wasn't naive enough to believe she genuinely wanted to make amends. She was only after the money in my hands. Oh, so how much do you want? Mom's face instantly flushed red. What are you talking about? How can you, as our child, speculate about your own parents like that? I waved my hand, losing the desire to continue the conversation. Since it's not about the money, then you should leave quickly. The best compensation for me is to never appear in front of me again. Seeing that I wouldn't yield to either soft or hard tactics, my mother knelt down before me. Flower, to be honest with you, your father has fallen ill, and the situation is urgent now. We all hope you can go back to see him. Even someone as slow to react as I am could tell that something was wrong at this moment. One moment you say you want to make amends, the next you say your father is sick. It all sounds suspicious. I cautiously stepped back toward the door. All right, then wait for me to go in and get ready. The moment our eyes met, her expression instantly turned fierce. The next second, everything went black before my eyes. When I woke up again and looked around, I found myself in a shabby rented room. My stomach was suddenly kicked hard. Anna's twisted and terrifying face appeared in front of me. You bitch, you're pretty quick to react. Good thing we had a backup plan. I glanced to the side and saw Garrett cleaning up the blood-stained baseball bat. He glared at me with his sinister, narrow eyes. Flower, since you've shown no regard for our past ties, don't blame us for being ruthless. Mother paced a few steps and stopped Anna, who wanted to continue hitting me. Don't hurt her. The guest will be unhappy later. My internal alarm bells went off instantly, but I forced myself to stay calm. What guest? I thought you just wanted money. We can discuss that. Father was smoking cheap cigarettes, his face beaming with an excited smile. If it were just about the money, wouldn't that be letting you off too easy? You brought us to this state, so of course we have to squeeze every bit of value out of you and get back what we're owed, principal and interest included. Did you know that the binding system isn't for life? It can be undone as long as one of the children dies. When that happens, all your money will still end up with us. I trembled all over. Have you forgotten about the system's electric shocks? You can't harm me. Anna patted my face sympathetically. Many people are eager to help us. What you should worry about most right now is how to welcome our guests. Before the words had fully left her mouth, the door burst open with a bang, and a pot-bellied man covered in facial tumors strode into the room. Where's the wife you found for me? Father fawningly stepped forward, handing over the whip in his hand. Boss David, this is my daughter. She's underage. I guarantee you'll be satisfied. You can do whatever you want with her. The man called Boss David scrutinized me carefully, his expression lewd and obscene. Well, you've put some thought into this. Dad took the whole family and left, not forgetting to remind us as he closed the door. You've seen my integrity, and I hope you can offer more support when we collaborate in the future. My heart gradually grew cold. I knew my parents didn't love me, but I never expected they would go this far for the sake of profit. My hands and feet tied, I could only watch in terror as the person approached me step by step. Female students are so tender. You're exactly my type. His large, greasy body lunged forward abruptly. Fortunately, I twisted my body with all my might, narrowly avoiding being pinned down. Oh, still a feisty one. I like you even more. The fat man brandished his whip and struck me hard. Naughty child, let me teach you a proper lesson. My back instantly split open, the pain making my whole body tremble. Seeing no way to avoid it, the pervert's hand reached toward me, and I shed tears of despair. Just then, the door of the rental house was kicked open. Don't move. The police arrived just in time, kicked the fat pig man away, and restrained him. Damn it, Bob, are you messing with me? Are you looking for death? The fat man flew into a rage, cursing at Bob, who was also detained at the door. It wasn't until I was rescued that the system emitted a prompt sound, detected that Bob and Susan had kidnapped Flower with malicious intent. Authorities have been automatically notified. A female police officer was comforting me. Don't be afraid, this system is advanced and intelligent. It will alert us the moment it detects anything wrong. The reason it doesn't make a sound is to avoid alerting the criminal. Child, you're safe now. It took a long time for my tense emotions to finally ease. Under the police's intense questioning, my father hesitantly revealed the truth. He wants to use me to curry favor with Boss David and secure a project collaboration opportunity. Ideally, he'd have me die in Boss David's bed, get the money from selling my shares, and kill two birds with one stone. After he finished his confession, every police officer looked at me with sympathetic eyes. Don't worry, child, evil will be met with evil retribution. That was the promise the female police officer made to me as she left. The verdict was soon announced. Bob was not only found guilty of kidnapping and murder, but past scandals from his time managing the company were also uncovered, including embezzlement and bribery. He was ultimately sentenced to death. Susan, Anna, and Garrett were all accomplices and were sentenced to 5 years in prison. The boss, David, was also involved in rape and multiple corruption cases and was sentenced to life imprisonment. On the day Bob was executed, the system was automatically deactivated. This also means that from now on, I have no further connection with the Duncan family. After the college entrance exam ended, I received a satisfactory result. Flower was the name given to me by the director of the orphanage. I hope to live as beautifully and vibrantly as a flower. In September, I boarded a plane to Capital University, and Flower was about to begin her own journey. After hearing the first story above, what are your thoughts? Feel free to share your opinions in the comments section. Next, there is another similar story. Let's continue to see. My sister and I fight like enemies whenever we meet, yet she still insists on clinging to me. That day, I was feeling frustrated and irritable from being tormented by exam papers. My sister peeked her little head in through the door. Sister, want some ice cream? It's sweet and cold. I was just about to scold her and send her away when suddenly, rows of bullet comments appeared before my eyes. I'm early. Is this the villainous? Why does the younger version seem a bit cute? To the person above, just wait until you see how she bullies the female lead later. You won't think she's cute then. Is this the female supporting character's sister next to her, the one responsible for turning her into a delinquent? Villainous, bullying the female lead, delinquent. I narrowed my eyes. It seems I, as the older sister, haven't been attentive enough. Knock, knock, knock. Seeing that I didn't respond, Luna ran in on her own. Holding a half-melted ice cream with both hands, she thrust it right in front of me. Sister, eat. I bought this especially for you. I looked at Luna in front of me, 2 little sheephorn buns tied on the head. The round face is flushed with a rosy hue. The sparkling eyes are full of innocence. I began to doubt the content of the bullet comments. Is this little thing really the malicious female supporting character? Sister, take it. Luna pushed the ice cream forward again. The melted cream dripped onto my leg. A sticky sensation spread across my leg. Sis, I didn't mean to. Tears instantly welled up in Luna's large eyes. She held an ice cream in one hand and was about to wipe the other hand on my thigh. Plop, the upside-down ice cream fell on the ground. Luna was completely stunned, frozen in place, at a loss for what to do. Here it comes. The female supporting character is about to be scolded by her sister and then run out of the room crying. Her sister is about to take her final exam soon, and the female supporting character keeps causing trouble, which is really annoying. Even so, she's just a child who doesn't know any better. There's no need to get angry at a child. The barrage comments were being posted in real time. I frowned. I really had the urge to scold Luna just now. The words were on the tip of my tongue, but I held them back when I saw the barrage of comments. Looking at Luna's innocent face, I sighed helplessly. What are you standing there for? Go get a wet wipe, quick. Luna blinked, then quickly ran out to get a wet wipe and returned. I lifted my chin, wiped my legs, then clean up the floor. Okay, sister. Luna nodded obediently, then she began working diligently. While wiping, she looked up and secretly glanced at me. Seeing that I was also looking at her, she gave me a big smile. Once things were mostly tidied up, I took a lollipop from the table and handed it to her. All right, go play by yourself. Luna ran off excitedly with the candy. Big sister didn't scold me today. I'll buy her ice cream next time too. Kids just can't keep things to themselves. They say exactly what's on their minds. I sat at the desk, resting my chin on my hand, lost in thought. Did I always scold her before? I pieced together the scattered information from the bullet comments. It turns out that Luna is the villainess in the book. In high school, to win the male lead's affection, she constantly bullied and harassed the female lead. Eventually expelled from school, she gave up on herself and became a hostess at a club. As the older sister of the female supporting character, I was the one who drove her to become a bully. My role was to relentlessly oppress, persecute, and bully her throughout her upbringing. Ultimately, this led her to become a person with a twisted personality and distorted values. It seems I'm even more malicious than the villainess. Thinking back, I don't think I've really hurt Luna so far, have I? We're 8 years apart in age. She's 5 years old now. right at that age where even cats and dogs find her annoying. She's always following me around, calling me sister this, sister that. I'm already exhausted from school every day, so how could I possibly have the energy to deal with her? And she cries at the drop of a hat, which is really annoying. Even though I don't like her, I can't help but think about what the comments say. If Luna really ends up like this, I can't quite accept it. After all, she is my biological sister. I can't just stand by and watch her go down the wrong path. I've made up my mind not to let Luna go astray, since I have such a significant influence on her growth. I'll give her a little more sisterly care, let her experience what true family dominance feels like. In the evening, the whole family sits around the table for dinner. Dad asked me about my recent studies. Before I could answer, Luna spoke up first. Daddy, I got 2 little red flowers at kindergarten today. I put down the bowl in my hand and turned to look at Luna. The bullet comments appear at just the right moment. The supporting female character is already vying for attention at such a young age. No wonder her sister doesn't like her. If I were the sister, I wouldn't spoil her either. Who isn't a child? Kids say whatever comes to mind. They probably don't have that many bad intentions yet. Mom was afraid I would make a scene at the dinner table, so she quickly put a shrimp on my plate. Luna has been under a lot of study pressure lately. Eat more to build up your strength. I picked up the shrimp and tossed it into Luna's bowl. Luna looked at me, then at the shrimp, with a confused expression. I spoke unhurriedly. Help me peel it. Luna blinked her big eyes, revealing a row of small, white teeth. Okay, then. Cheerfully and efficiently, she began peeling the shrimp. I calmly ate the shrimp meat and nodded. Delicious. Another one, please. Luna never tired of it. Mom nudged Dad beside her with her elbow. It's strange, Luna actually didn't lose her temper today. Sisters aren't enemies. Why get angry all the time? You're just making a fuss over nothing. Mom rolled her eyes at Dad. You don't know a thing. Dad shrugged, not seeming to care, and turned his gaze to the busy Luna. Luna is so capable. How about peeling one for Dad too? Luna pouted. Dad is a grown-up, do it yourself. I only peel them for my sister. Pfft. Mom laughed beside me, and I, with a clear conscience, enjoyed the fruits of Luna's labor. Tonight's dinner was warm and peaceful, without any conflict. Everyone was very satisfied. Since I changed the way I treated Luna, I feel like she isn't as annoying anymore. Before, I always felt like she took away the love of Mom and Dad, so I found everything about her irritating. I get angry no matter what she does. Now, to prevent her from growing up spoiled, I interact with her calmly. I've found that a child's world is actually quite simple. As long as you are willing to pay attention to her, she will think you are playing with her. If she has something to do, she won't cry or make a fuss. For example, right now, having just finished my exam, I am comfortably lying on the sofa watching TV. Luna, please bring me the watermelon from the fridge. Okay, sister. A watermelon was quickly brought to the table. Sister, wait a moment, I'll get you a spoon. Sister, would you like some more drinks? Sis, you don't need to move, I'll clean up. I sat still as a rock while Luna ran back and forth. After finishing, she obediently sat next to me to watch TV. I reached out and pinched her chubby little cheek. We, Luna, are amazing. The best baby ever. She was very pleased, laughing as she nestled into my arms. The little baby was sweet-smelling and soft, and it seemed not so annoying after all. Is this plot right? Shouldn't the sister hate the female supporting character? The female supporting character is still in her childhood form and willingly acts as a little slave, so her sister probably doesn't dislike her yet. Once she grows up a bit, she'll start causing trouble, and conflicts are bound to arise. I glanced at the bullet comments and smiled without saying a word. Mom is also worried that this harmony might be fake, quietly hiding aside, secretly observing. Dad said nonchalantly, what are you always worrying about? The whole point of having a second child is for the first one to have someone to play with. Mom immediately slapped him. You don't know what you're talking about. Time flew by, and so far, Luna showed no signs of going astray, but after starting elementary school, she wasn't so easy to fool anymore. However, over the past few years, we've built a solid foundation, and our relationship has been quite good. One day, after evening self-study, I returned home. As soon as I entered the door, I saw Luna sitting on the sofa with her arms crossed, crying. Mom is picking up the clothes from the floor. When she saw me return, Luna, humph, and turned her head away. I put down my backpack and looked at my mom in confusion. Mom pulled me aside. She whispered, Luna said there's a cultural performance at school, and she's going to be on stage, so she wants to buy a white dress. I thought you had one that would fit her, so I gave it to her, and then she got angry. Why do I have to wear my sister's old clothes? I want a new one, I want a new one. Luna stood on the sofa, protesting loudly, tears streaming down her face. The supporting female character is starting to cause trouble. It's just a dress. But she's making a huge fuss. It seems the sister slapped the female supporting character here, telling her not to be unreasonable. Oh my god, do you know how much damage a slap can do to a child of this age? I sighed. This really isn't Luna's fault. If it were me, I would be unhappy too. I took the dress from my mother's hands and walked over to Luna. She thought I was going to force her to comply and jumped off the sofa, trying to leave. I grabbed her. Is this the very important performance you were talking about? Luna was stunned, clearly not expecting that I had actually remembered what she mentioned casually last time, nodded dully. Mom, Luna has been taking this performance very seriously and has been preparing for a long time. As her family, we should support her wholeheartedly. A flicker of guilt crossed Mom's face. Mom was too busy and didn't know about this, she said, walking over to Luna and taking her hand. This time it was my fault. I didn't think it through and overlooked your feelings. Luna, who had just stopped crying, began to shed tears again, her face full of grievance. I hugged her. It's the weekend tomorrow. I'll go with you to pick out a dress and make sure you're the center of attention. Luna hugged me back and said in a muffled voice, you're still the one who treats me best. At that moment, Dad came home from his night shift, looking completely bewildered at the three of us. Hey, you're back just in time. Mom quickly called out to Dad, go find the DV camera. We need to record more videos of our daughter's performance next week. Why look for it now when it's not needed until next week? What do you know? Just do what you're told. After saying that, Mom pushed Dad to go look for something, leaving me and Luna laughing uncontrollably on the spot. In the blink of an eye, it was the day of my college entrance exam. Both Mom and Dad took it very seriously. Since the last performance incident, Mom and Dad have started paying more attention to both of our growth. They treat everything, big or small, equally, without any favoritism, no matter how busy they are. They always keep an eye on our studies and recent situations. In their free time, they take us out to eat, drink, and have fun. Every holiday, birthday, and anniversary is taken seriously, without missing a single one. Each time is filled with a strong sense of ceremony. That day, Mom and Dad were busy from early in the morning. I sat at the table, eating breakfast. Mom is checking my stationery for me. Dad went to the garage to get the car. Luna, however, was nowhere to be found. Mom, where's Luna? I don't know. I haven't seen her since early morning. What's the deal with the supporting female character disappearing at a time like this? Does she have to ruin her sister's important day? Why would the supporting female character do this? I thought the sisters were getting along better. Lately, the parents have been paying more attention to the older sister, so the supporting female character is probably feeling insecure again. I trust Luna, but I'm afraid she can't break free from the book setting. My mind was in turmoil, unable to calm down. It's about time, let's go quickly, Mom said, checking her watch. What about Luna? She's not a child anymore. Your college entrance exam is more important. I followed my mother downstairs with a heavy heart. My father was waiting for us by the car. Just as I was about to open the car door, a figure darted out from the other side of the car. Luna, dressed in a cheongsam and holding a large bouquet of sunflowers, jumped in front of me, wishing you, sister, a triumphant victory and a great success. I froze on the spot. Snap. Dad held up his phone to capture the moment. This surprise is really nice. You suddenly asked where Luna went just now. I almost let it slip, Mom said with a hint of reproach. I took the sunflower, and my mood instantly lightened. I reached out and tapped Luna's forehead. You always have so many clever ideas. Luna giggled playfully. Let's hurry up and go, so we don't delay your sister's exam. With the support of my family, I firmly stepped into the examination hall. The 3 days passed by quickly. After the exam, my parents took time off work and took me and Luna out for a trip. No one mentioned the scores. I was admitted to a key university in the neighboring city with a score of 667. I am quite satisfied with myself. In recent years, I have studied even harder, all to set a good example for Luna. Now that Luna is in middle school, I am in another city. Let's switch to contacting each other by phone. Luna sends me a lot of messages every night. I read each one carefully and reply patiently. Sis, My desk mate is having a birthday tomorrow. What do you think I should get her as a gift? Didn't you say before that she likes anime? Maybe try giving her a figurine. Sis, our biology teacher's head is bald in the middle with hair only around the edges. All the students call him the Mediterranean, although it's a bit impolite. That does seem to be the standard hairstyle for science teachers. Sis, on my way home from school today, I met a stray cat. It was so thin, so I bought it some ham sausage. If you like it, you can ask Mom if we can adopt her, but you have to be responsible for her all the way. From Luna's message, I can tell that she has grown into a lively, cheerful, positive, and bright child. It's just that she seems a bit too dependent on me. But that's not a problem. After all, I am her older sister. During Luna's high school entrance exam days, our whole family was on high alert. She did not disappoint us and successfully got into a key high school. On the day the admission results came out, our family went out happily for a meal. The long-awaited barrage suddenly appears. Are we finally getting into the main storyline? The male and female leads are about to appear. I'm so excited. The female supporting character has been raised by her sister to be such a little son. Can the plot still develop normally? The female supporting character is bound to fall in love with the male lead. The rivalry between the female lead and the female supporting character, though delayed, will inevitably come. The female supporting character still can't escape her predetermined fate, which suddenly feels a bit regrettable. At this point, my alarm bells instantly went off. Luna's high school required a week of military training before the official start of the semester. Many parents couldn't bear to see their children suffer, so they waited outside the school playground fence, offering tea and water. I was one of them, not for any other reason. I just want to see what the male and female leads look like, training in such hot weather. The school really knows how to torture students. High alert ahead, the female supporting character is about to faint and be taken to the infirmary by the male lead, and she's going to fall in love with him at first sight. Such a cliché plot is still being written, even my grandma wouldn't watch it. Watching the barrage, I truly feel that I made the right choice by coming. Fortunately, I was well prepared. During the intermission, the children all came to the fence to recharge. Luna spotted me early on and rushed over as soon as the group disbanded. Sis, why did you come? It's too hot. You should go back quickly. Luna took off her hat, holding it in her hand as she fanned herself. I handed her the small fan I was holding. I came to soak in the vibrant energy of the nation's youth. Not so vibrant anymore. We're all wilted from the sun. Luna complained to me about how strict the drill instructor was. I wasn't idle either. Ice cream, cooling patches were all brought out, not giving her any chance to suffer from heatstroke and faint. Luna's face visibly turned from red to pale, then returned to normal. I even sprayed sunscreen on her from every angle. I don't want to end up with an African sister after the military training. The classmates nearby all looked at Luna with envy. Luna, is this your sister? She's so good to you. Luna proudly raised her head. Of course, my sister is the absolute best in the world. Under my meticulous care, Luna's military training came to a successful conclusion. I thought this would sever her emotional connection with the male lead. As a result, something unexpected still happened. On the evening of the last day of military training, the instructors, teachers, and students held a party on the playground. Everyone was allowed to go on stage to showcase their talents. Due to her outgoing personality, Luna had already gotten along well with her classmates over the past few days. Everyone started to nominate her to perform. Luna didn't hesitate at all and confidently went up to perform a street dance. A young girl, full of energy, enthusiasm, and confidence. Thanks to my thorough sun protection, Luna didn't get tanned at all. Instantly, she became the center of attention. Just like that, on the first day of school, Luna was confessed to. A confession from the male lead. I only found out about this after returning to school. Luna called me as usual to vent, and by the way, mentioned the confession. The barrage didn't understand it, just like me. Is this plot development right? Shouldn't the female supporting character develop feelings for the male lead first? It's not that strange. The female supporting character is indeed charming now. I'm even attracted to her, no matter who likes whom. The female supporting character still becomes an obstacle between the male and female leads, no matter how much you guard against it. You can't stop the male lead from being swayed by physical attraction. Yes, that's right. In my opinion, all love at first sight is just being swayed by physical attraction. I felt anxious inside, but I couldn't show it, so I pretended to be casual and asked Luna what was going on. She didn't seem to care much, munching on potato chips as she spoke to me. Well, Crunch crunch. I had just arrived in class this morning when a boy blocked me at the door, holding a flower. Crunch crunch. He said his name is Kevin, and he really liked the dance I performed at the military training evening party. He asked if I'd be willing to be his girlfriend. Are young people nowadays so straightforward and blunt? So how did you respond? I asked. Click, click. I figured since we're in the same class, we'll see each other often, so I didn't want to make things too awkward. I was speechless. She was quite considerate, even helping others save face. So what? Click, click. So I told him. My sister won't allow it. Not that it's wrong, I really don't allow it. And then, click, click, he said it's okay, he can wait, and also said we could practice street dance together sometime in the future. I was going to say a few more words, but seeing her indifferent attitude, I felt it might not be necessary. Alright, that's good, next time something like this happens, just use me as your excuse again. Crunch crunch. It's not an excuse, sis. If I really start dating someone, I'll definitely let you vet them. If you don't approve, I won't want them at all. I praised her a few words with relief. Although this crisis has been safely resolved, I cannot let my guard down. Who knows what kind of trouble the male lead will stir up next time. Half a year has passed. I reached the second semester of my senior year and found an internship in the city. Luna has also entered the second half of her first year of high school and is facing the choice between the arts and science streams. Our family has always respected our child's choices, so, without much hesitation, Luna chose the arts stream. As expected, they couldn't escape fate's arrangement. The female lead and the supporting female character still ended up in the same class. Place your bets, everyone. Will the supporting female character bully the female lead? Bully my foot. The sister is practically driven crazy by the male lead. I bet she can't wait for him to get together with the female lead. Yes, over the past 6 months, I've heard Luna complain about Kevin quite a lot. Sis, you have no idea how annoying he is. He insists on giving me things, follows me everywhere I go, waits for me after school. I've made it clear I don't like him, but he still does this. It's become so public. And I'm just so fed up. You can tell she's genuinely worn out by it all. So when she found out Kevin had chosen the science track, she felt a lot more at ease. Going to school every day became less of a burden, and she even seemed to make good friends in her new class. In the evening, the two of us snuggled on the couch eating watermelon. Luna told me about the fun things that happened between her and her new friend. Sis, Sarah is really amazing. She's beautiful, does well in school, and can even dance traditional folk dances. I've never met such an outstanding girl. I thought to myself, aren't you that kind of girl too? I put a piece of watermelon in her mouth and said with a smile, is your new friend called Sarah? Since you two are so close, why not invite her over for a meal in a few days? Yep, her name is Sarah. I'll ask her if she has time in a few days. I paused for a moment. Luna's new friend is actually the female lead. In the original plot, Luna and the female lead were hostile toward each other. Now they have actually become good friends. It seems the plot direction has already changed. I thought it was a good thing, but unexpectedly, something still happened. That day, I was at work when I suddenly received a call from Luna's homeroom teacher, asking me to come to the school right away. When I arrived at the office, I saw Luna. There are 2 other students, 1 male and 1 female. The battlefield is here. I didn't expect the female lead to help the male lead deliver a love letter to the supporting female character. The female lead is kind-hearted and definitely couldn't refuse the request from her childhood friend. The supporting female character is still the same as ever, pushing someone down the stairs at the slightest disagreement. Truly malicious. I narrowed my eyes. So this is the male and female lead. They don't seem much better than my own child. It's really quite average. Luna remained expressionless. Only when I came in did she wrinkle her nose and pout, looking quite aggrieved. Sis. I stood beside her and comfortingly squeezed her shoulder. Teacher Zhang, I'm Luna's sister. Could you please tell me what exactly happened? Sarah and Kevin's parents can't make it. Since Luna's sister is here, I'll just explain it directly. Teacher Zhang looked at the 3 students and said, here's what happened. Sarah helped Kevin from the neighboring class deliver a love letter to Luna. Although Luna was the victim, she ended up pushing Sarah down the stairs. That, I must say, is a bit hard to justify. I didn't push her. It's not Luna's fault. I was careless myself. Luna and Sarah spoke at the same time. Luna gave Sarah a deep look and did not continue speaking. Sarah's tears began to fall as she spoke pitifully. It's my fault. I just couldn't bear to see Kevin in so much pain. so I agreed to help him. As she spoke, she reached out to grab Luna's hand, but Luna subtly avoided it. A flicker of surprise passed through Sarah's eyes. Luna. I know you didn't mean to push me, please don't be angry. Luna still ignored her. It has nothing to do with Sarah or Luna, it's all my fault. Kevin stood up with a sense of righteousness, taking all the blame upon himself. Is it just me, or does the female lead seem a bit two-faced? You're not alone, the person above, actually, I just saw, it looked like the female lead fell on purpose. Teacher Zhang slapped the table. You two are still arguing here. Puppy love, helping someone deliver a love letter, and pushing someone. None of these are right. Go back and write self-criticisms. Hand them in to me tomorrow. All three of them hung their heads. Luna bit her lip and suddenly raised her head. She looked at me first. I nodded at her. Luna pursed her lips and took a step forward. Teacher, I didn't push Sarah. Sarah. Teacher Zhang. I think it's better to get to the bottom of this before making a conclusion. Doesn't the school have surveillance? If it really was Luna's fault, we will certainly criticize and educate her. But if it wasn't, we shouldn't wrong the child. I looked at Teacher Zhang with a resolute attitude. Don't you agree? I believe in Luna's character. Since she said she didn't do it, then she definitely didn't. I must be her support and give her a sense of security. Sarah tightened her grip on the corner of her clothes when she heard we were going to check the surveillance footage. We checked the surveillance footage and found that the spot where the two of them were standing was a blind spot. The surveillance didn't capture anything. In the end, all three of them still had to write self-criticisms. When I got home in the evening, I asked Luna about the specific details of what happened today. Luna seemed to be in a rather low mood. Her eyes dimmed as she recalled the events of the day. After class, Sarah suddenly called me outside. Then she took out a love letter and said it was from Kevin, who had asked her to give it to me. She said she has known Kevin since they were kids and said a lot of good things about him. I wanted to leave because I didn't want to listen anymore, but she blocked the staircase. As I was about to go around her, she just fell down. Her voice grew softer as she spoke, and by the end, it even sounded a bit nasal. Sis, I really didn't push her. Big sister believes you. Sis, you know what? I feel so betrayed. I really considered Sarah a good friend, and she treated me like this. No wonder Kevin has been so in tune with my preferences lately. It must have been Sarah who told him. Luna's tears fell. I can't understand why she would say I pushed her. I feel a bit sorry for the female supporting character. She was betrayed by the female lead and then wrongfully accused. My guess is that the female lead likes the male lead and did this to make him misunderstand the female supporting character. So, does that mean the female lead is jealous of the female supporting character? The barrage comment woke me up. I helped Luna wipe away her tears. Sarah secretly told Kevin about your preferences. She was wrong to do that. Kevin kept bothering you even though he knew you didn't like him. That was his fault. As for why Sarah wronged you, we cannot guess others' thoughts. But we can make our own choices. You can decide for yourself whether to continue being friends with her or not. Luna shook her head. Sister believes you can handle it on your own. No matter what, sister will always be on your side. Luna's eyes sparkled. Okay, I understand. Sis, I'll go ask the teacher to change my seat tomorrow. After saying that, she snuggled into my arms just like she did when she was little. All my classmates say I'm a sister's girl. But I'm happy to be a sister's girl and be close to you forever. The next day, Luna went to the teacher and asked to change her seat. Sarah privately apologized to Luna. Luna forgave her but no longer considered her a close friend. I was afraid something unexpected might happen, so I specifically came to pick up Luna after school. From a distance, I could see a little tail following behind her. Luna, don't take yesterday's matter to heart. From now on, I will personally handle everything related to you and won't leave it to others anymore. Kevin followed Luna step by step. Although I couldn't hear what the two were saying, I could sense the annoyance just by looking at Luna's furrowed brow and Kevin's constantly moving mouth. I waved at Luna. Luna quickened her pace and walked toward me. Kevin also followed along. Hello, sister, I'm Luna's friend. My name is Kevin. Kevin introduced himself politely. I know, we met yesterday, Kevin. What exactly do you want? Luna didn't expect Kevin to follow her. Sister, actually, I want to say that we've all grown up. It's Luna's freedom to choose who she befriends. You can't control her too much. Kevin was probably referring to the incident where Luna rejected him. Kevin, are you crazy? My sister does everything for my own good. Who are you to criticize her? Get out of here, and don't show your face around me again. Luna stood with her hands on her hips, blocking my way. Kevin didn't seem to care at all and continued with a playful grin. All right, you're right, I'll leave now, see you tomorrow. He walked backward while waving at me. Goodbye, sis. In the crowd, I saw Sarah, his face dark as he stared in this direction. Without thinking too much, I left with Luna. The barrage of comments hadn't appeared for a long time, and life was peaceful for a while. Soon, summer vacation arrived. The summer heat is intense, and Luna doesn't feel like moving. She spends all day at home playing video games and watching TV. I was worried she might get bored staying at home every day, so I told her I'd take her to the movies after work in the evening. All right, sis, Sarah has asked me out a few times, saying she still wants to be friends. I plan to go talk to her this afternoon and make things clear. I'll wait for you at the Polar Bear Cafe when I'm done, after work. I went to the cafe but didn't see anyone. I called her cell phone, but no one answered. When I got home, my mom was cooking. Still, I didn't see Luna. I haven't seen her since I got back. What's wrong? I told my mom about the situation, and she was very worried too. She immediately called my dad. I remembered that Luna said she went to find Sarah in the afternoon. I quickly called her homeroom teacher and found Sarah. The sky had already darkened. Sarah heard that Luna hadn't returned home yet and also began to panic. We did meet this afternoon, but we parted ways after a short while. I don't know where she is. Let's report it to the police as soon as possible. The group arrived at the police station and encountered Kevin's parents, who were also searching for their child. Luna and Kevin have both gone missing at the same time. I looked at Sarah again and explained the situation to the police. Under multiple pressures, Sarah finally admitted that she had indeed hired someone to threaten Luna. Oh my God, this plot twist. The female lead has actually turned into the villain. I'm still more worried about the sister. It's so late. I hope nothing dangerous happens to her. I hope the male lead and the sister end up together and nothing bad really happens. Finally, we found the two of them in an abandoned small warehouse. The two were tied to chairs. A few thugs were humiliating them. One of the blonde-haired thugs pressed a baseball bat against Kevin's face. Aren't you the one who loves playing the hero to save the damsel in distress? Go ahead, keep saving her. How dare you kick me? I'll take you down first. Kevin stubbornly refused to back away, still trying to comfort Luna with his words. Luna's face was streaked with tears, and she bit her lip. The police kicked open the dilapidated door. They took everyone back to the police station. Once at the police station, the troublemaker confessed everything. Officer, it was this girl. The blonde-haired guy pointed at Sarah. She paid me to scare that girl. He then pointed at Luna, who was in my arms. I really only meant to scare her a little and then leave. Who would have thought that guy would suddenly jump out, kick me, and curse at me? The blonde-haired guy looked at Kevin. I got angry and ended up tying them both up. I just wanted to beat them up a bit and then let them go. I had no other bad intentions. Sarah shrank behind her parents. I just wanted to scare her, to make her stay away from brother Kevin. I didn't expect it to be this serious. I'm sorry. As she spoke, her tears began to fall. No matter how pitiful the female lead cries now, it can't cover up the fact that she harmed someone. The male lead is persistent. The female lead hired someone to harm others. Can these two just stay together and stop bothering our sister? My sister just wants to be a simple, innocent girl who adores her older sister, yet she has to suffer such an undeserved disaster. It's truly tragic. Both sets of parents looked at Sarah with unfriendly expressions. Luna took a long time to regain her composure. She didn't say a word, just clung tightly to my embrace. Since they were all minors, the police took their statements, gave them a warning, and then informed them they were free to leave. The three children walked dejectedly behind their respective parents. After leaving the police station, Luna suddenly tugged at my hand. I knew she had something to say, so I held her hand and gave it a gentle squeeze. Say whatever you want to say, I've got your back no matter what. Looking at her determined eyes, I believe she can solve the problem on her own. Luna looked at Sarah. Sarah, I know you're hostile toward me because of Kevin's feelings for me, but I've never liked him from the start. How you try to win his favor has nothing to do with me. But don't drag me into it again. Last time you falsely accused me of pushing you. I forgave you once. This time, you don't need to apologize to me, and I don't intend to forgive you again. Let's just be strangers from now on. Sarah lowered her head and said nothing. Luna didn't care and instead turned to look at Kevin. Kevin, thank you for saving me this time, and thank you for liking me, but I'm sorry, I still can't accept it. As you can see, your affection is a burden and a disturbance to me. And it has already affected my life. As students, we should focus on our studies, so I hope you won't bother me anymore in the future. Luna spoke very bluntly. Upon hearing this, Kevin's parents seemed somewhat displeased and were about to say something, but Kevin stopped them. Kevin nodded with a dim look in his eyes. The sister is logical and sharp-tongued, resolving the male and female leads in just a few words. I'm becoming a fan. Clicked. No hesitation at all. This is what a true female lead is like. Do you still need a sister? Look at me. Sorry, not needed. In the end, the parents still transferred Luna to another school. Luna has adapted to her new environment and has once again become the little sun she used to be. I don't know if it's because the supporting female character's storyline has ended, but I can no longer see the bullet comments. But it doesn't matter anymore. Luna has shed her identity as the villainous supporting female character. She is now the protagonist of her own life. Later, Luna went to college. Her excellence attracted many suitors, a gentle and considerate senior, a witty and humorous desk mate, the unrestrained and flamboyant junior. Every time someone confesses their feelings, Luna would playfully reply, "If you want to be my boyfriend, you must first get my sister's approval." After hearing the two stories above, what are your thoughts? Feel free to share your opinions in the comments section. Looking forward to hearing from you. If you liked this story, don't forget to like it, share it, and subscribe to my channel. See you next time.